Dear students, welcome to our class on JRF SRF Net 2022 General Knowledge lecture number 9. The first bit for today's class is agro-climatic regional planning was initiated in India with the inception of the 7th 5-year plan. Rice production is highest in areas having high rainfall. The ecosystem determining agroecological zones has two components, biotic and abiotic components. Among them, the abiotic components comprise materials like water, minerals, salts, atmospheric gases, energy like light, the energy also stored in the system. Okay, these are all the abiotic. What are the biotic? Pests and diseases. Now, ability of a system, say in an agriculture system, to maintain inter-regional equity and enhance, if required, the flow of its products and services by way of linkages with other systems without damaging its own long-term potential is called a sustainable system. Sustainable agriculture system, for instance, it should have basically two components. Number one, it should maintain inter-regional equity and enhance the flow of its products and services by way of linkages with other systems. And most underlying point here is that without damaging its own long-term potential. These are the essentials for a sustainable system or sustainable agriculture system. Any system, sustainable system, definition is this one. Now, the next bit is crop mixes have proved biologically most dynamic under water stress conditions or water stress even environments. Okay, right. In jute growing area, the usual alternate crop is rice. The relative land area under sole crop required to produce same yield as obtained under mixed or an intercropping system at the same management is called land equivalent ratio, LER. Pulses fit well in a cropping system because they are short duration crops. Another important bit as far as pulses is concerned, as per principle of crop rotation, pulses should be included in crop rotation because they help increase maintenance of soil fertility. Most of the pulses are nitrogen fixing crops. So that's why in crop rotation we include pulses because they fix atmospheric nitrogen. But they fit well into a cropping system because they are short duration crops. So two advantages. First, short duration crops. Second thing is they fix atmospheric nitrogen. Now next bit. One of the following pairs is not correctly matched. Now the trickish questions would be like this. A, B, C, D statements are given. Okay. A statement may be correct, B statement may not be correct, C and D again may be correct. So you should read the question very carefully. Among the four statements, which is correct, which is not correct? That is the question. Now, first I read the correct answers. Number one, relay cropping, sowing pulse crop just before the harvest of rice, which is most common in coastal areas, particularly in Andhra Pradesh. So relay cropping means sowing a pulse crop just before the harvest of paddy crop. Next, multi-tier cropping. What is a multi-tier cropping? A coconut, a pepper is there, a cocoa is there, a pineapple is there. So it is a multi-tier crop. So the statement is correct. Sole cropping, paddy, potato, jowar, maize, any single crop is this. Okay, monocropping or you can say we call it the solo crop, which is not correct is the intercropping. Intercropping, the answer given is wheat after rice. It is not an intercrop. So you should pick up the incorrect answer. Now, the principal N-fixing algae community of blue-green algae is Anabaena, A-N-A-B-A-E-N-A, Anabaena. Now, when developed in the soil, groundnut pegs form into, groundnut, the answer is fruits. What is the question? What is the answer? When developed into the soil, okay, groundnut pegs form into fruits. That is the answer. Now, so groundnut flowers outside, gynophores enter into the soil and they develop into fruits. Shells, in other words, shells. Inside there are kernels. Usually The oil percent in grounded in general is 40 to 42%. The shelling percent is around 70%. So these are the connected bits you should remember. Fire curing is followed in. Fire curing is followed in chewing type of tobacco. Chewing type of tobacco. It is fire cured. It is fire cured. Now, the physiological stages of wheat are in certain crops, you will be asked a question like this, First, germination. Second one is emergence. Then, seedling. In case of wheat, it is crown root initiation. Then, what is the grain formation? After the grain, milking is there. Finally, harvest is there. So, these physiological stages are asked to be in order. So, first one is the sowing, germination, emergence. There is a lot of difference between the emergence and germination. Germination is coleorhiza, coleopel coming from the seed, and coleorhiza goes into the soil, roots, coleopel comes out. So these are the most important bits. The two crops responsible for 75% of pulse production in India are gram and pigeon pea. Gram, usually, Bengal gram is commonly called as a gram crop. Gram, G-R-A-M, gram. Okay, pigeon pea, as you know. Okay, it is otherwise called as a red gram. Pigeon pea is called a red gram. So, gram and red gram constitute 75% of the pulse crop growth in India. Now, another important bit is triticale is a cross between wheat and rye. The symbiote deals with maize and wheat. Which of the following occurs? Which of the following occupies the highest volume percent in a fine sandy loam surface soil in good condition for plant growth? Pore space, which includes air and or water. Pore space which includes air and or water. Okay, this occupies the highest volume percent. Now, pedology considers soil as a natural body. Chlorides are basically silicates of magnesium with little iron and aluminium. The cation exchange capacity of a mineral soil containing predominantly kaolite clay minerals range between 3 to 15 milliequivalents per 100 grams of soil. In soil science, dash stands for negatively charged silt particles with high CEC. Micella, M-I-C-E-L-L-A. They stand for negatively charged silt particles with high CEC, cation exchange capacity. Now, soils high in swelling clays which crack widely upon drying, resulting in shrinking of the soil, shearing and soil mass movement are characteristics of vertisol, V-E-R-T-I-S-O-L. In vertisols, what happens is, they crack, they shrink, shearing and soil mass movement. Okay? These are all the basic characteristics of vertisol. Total porosity of soil with 1.325 grams per cc bulk density and 2.65 grams per cc of particle density is 50%. You know the equation. I have given it in the soil science and agriculture elaborately, the equation and calculations. Okay, right. So the microorganism responsible for maximum nutrient cycling in soils is bacteria. The correct statement among the four they give it, you have to pick up a correct statement. Now I give the correct statement alone, not negative statements or incorrect statement. Blue green algae fix atmospheric nitrogen in paddy fields under submerged conditions only and only. This is the correct statement. Now, which organic matter with a wide CN ratio is added to the soil? Of course, the net effect is the disappearance of mineral N due to immobilization. In general, CN ratio 70:1. Disappearance of mineral N due to immobilization occurs at 70:1 ratio, C:N. The addition of excess soluble phosphatic fertilizers to soil may affect plant growth by reducing the availability of zinc. As plants grow to maturity, the concentration of plant nutrient changes. what kind of change occurs in respect of N, P, K, Ca and Mg. In case of NPK, what happens is decrease, and C and Ca and Mg increase. Okay. In order to assess the immediate fertility level of a given soil for potassium, the form of potassium present in soil would be tested for exchangeable K. What culture should be given priority on groundnut cultivation? Rhizobia. The organic manure which has the maximum phosphorus content is guano, Guano. Now, what is the effect of application of phosphatic fertilizer to a green manure legumes crop on the availability of phosphorus to the succeeding crop? So the answer is greater amount of P is taken up and converted into organic form, which is released on decomposition of green matter. The N fertilizer manufactured in India, which occupies the first place in production in India, is urea. The fertilizer which is least hygroscopic, 2, 3, 4 are given, DAP, diammonium phosphate. Okay, it is the least hygroscopic fertilizer. It is a complex fertilizer. It's not a straight fertilizer. So what is a straight fertilizer? Urea. Okay, only N is there. Okay, P, single super. Only one is there. That's what we call it as the straight fertilizer. Now, zinc, iron, copper, boron, manganese and molybdenum are called micronutrients because why they are called as micronutrients? The reason is essential nutrients but required in minute quantities. Altogether, higher plants require 16 nutrients. So these are the micronutrients, okay, so which are required in minute quantities but they are essential. The strongest chemical agent for breaking dormancy is potassium nitrate. The optimum cardinal temperature for germination of rice seeds 30 to 32 degrees centigrade, 30 to 32 degrees centigrade. Interveinal chlorosis of the younger leaves of the plant is the characteristic symptom of iron deficiency. The rice variety containing DZ ozone is IR64. The soil which is best suited for vegetable cultivation is sandy loam. In sandy loam soils, vegetables gives very good agronomic characters. Sandy loam soils. The ill effects of submergence of roots of deciduous fruit plants in water for very long time is due to lack of aeration. Which of the following groups of crops is most suitable and recommended for intercropping in young orchards? Usually in young orchards, short duration legume vegetables, short duration legumes and vegetables are recommended in the initial stages of the plantation crops. Okay, now orchards in other words. The main objective of growing intercrop with the main fruit crop is to get additional income. In relation to crop rotation, the correct statement in relation to crop rotation, okay, what are the correct 3 statements I will give? Number 1, legumes may be followed by a non-legume crop. Vegetables susceptible to a pest should be followed by a resistant one, and a heavy feeder. So these are the basic characteristics of a crop rotation system. The 2 important principles of extension education are 2 important principles. First one is the participation, second one is the leadership. The category to which extension education belongs is applied behavioral sciences. The extension program linked farm plan with credit for farmers is Integrated Rural Development Program, IRDP. Puppet shows in villages as a method of transfer technology is an example of group media. The volume of 1 cubic flow of water in an hour is 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 liters. The best mixed cropping for a drought-prone unirrigated area is sesame, followed by pearl millet or neither. Any of these three or sesame, after that either pearl millet or neither. The best mixed crop in wheat is mustard. The relay cropping implies. What does a relay cropping implies? Okay, sowing of second crop when first crop is at maturity, overlapping of a part of the lifespan of the two crops, overlapping. Like this we give it. Okay, like this. Okay, intercom, there is a overlapping period. The Imperata cylindria is associated with tea crop. It is a weed. So these are the bits that I would like to share with you in this class. We continue the same tempo and same type of bits in the next class as well. That is lecture number 10.